Welcome back to the Northwest Iowa Sports Podcast. Well, I shouldn't be depressed in this one. I'm your host, Aaron Hangate. To the left of me, we have Riley Viss. To the right of me, we have Blake Parks. And we are bringing you your 2A action in Substates 1 and 8. So, which one do you guys want to start with?
Let's start with 1.
Alright, so starting with 1, we have the Boyden Hall Comets from Hull, Iowa. And we have, on the other side, the Pocahontas area.
Boyden Hall comes in ranked number 2. Pocahontas area comes in ranked number 21. Boyden Hall is 21 and 2. Pocahontas area is 17 and 6. Coming into this, the leading scorers for Boyden Hall with 15. He is a senior, Bodie Young. Coming in at second is a junior, averaging 12, Keaton Mosier. And then a freshman, averaging 10, with his brother, who is a junior, Tanner and Spencer Tisla.
And then for Pocahontas area, their scoring leaders, I'll start with worst and save the best for last.
There you go.
We have Christian Davidson. He's a sophomore. He's averaging 11 points a game. Then we have Nathan Algetz. Sorry if I mispronounced that. He's averaging 12 points a game, and he's a senior. And then a senior averaging 22 points a game is Jace Davidson. You heard that right, 22 points a game. Definitely someone to keep an eye on. Kind of like reminds me of a Cade Bleeker.
For sure. Didn't Boyden Hall shut him down? I think so. Boyden Hall's key wins, and there is quite a few. There's 6 of them here. They beat number 2 in 1A, George Little Rock, by 5. They beat number 7 in 2A, Sioux Center, by 15 at Sioux Center. They beat number 11 in 2A, Unity Christian, by 20. They beat the number 4 ranked in 1A, who just pulled off a huge upset, South O'Brien. They beat them by 3. Then they beat the number 1 team again, or the number 2 team again in 1A, George Little Rock, by 14 at George. Then they beat Sioux Center, who's ranked number 7 in 2A, by 7 later in the year. Their playoff wins to get here, they took down Sibley, who's ranked number 25th in 2A. They won that one by 15. And they took down Sioux Center for the 3rd time this year, 49-44. And now we're here against Pocahontas area. And Boyden Hall is predicted to win by 16.21. Huge opening spread. The biggest loss of the year, there's really only one big loss. The other loss came to Rock Valley late in the season. These 2 losses, Boyden Hall they don't care. It was the last 2 out of the last 3 games of the season. They don't want to go undefeated. I mean, that's not a goal at Boyden Hall. The goal is to win state. So they fell by 4 at Okoboji. Never played good at Okoboji, but give Okoboji credit. And the freshman just went off. It was a huge win for him. Aaron, you want to cover Pocahontas area?
All right, for Pocahontas area, we have their key wins is only 1. 2. Oh, sorry. Yeah. That one wasn't in blue.
I know.
So, first one was against Algona Garrigan. And that was a 9-point win. 11. So it's 91. Oh, wait. That is 11. Sorry.
That was the number 9 team in 1A as well. So that's a pretty big win for them.
And the other one was against number 10 in 1A, Newell Fonda. And that was an 85-83 game. So they won that one by 2. And they were predicted to win that one, not even by a point. So that was a pretty good win for them. And then playoff wins. They beat number 32 in 2A, Lake Mills, by 4 points. That was kind of a scare for them, even though they were only predicted to win by 3 points. And then the other one was against Forest City, and they pulled that one off by 8. They were predicted to win by 7, so not really overwhelming numbers for Pocahontas area, but they do have a few hard losses. So that would be a big loss. Let me do my math quick. 16-point loss to Spirit Lake, who's 27th in 3A.
That was on the road. They were only supposed to lose by 2.
I don't know, going into that lakes area kind of messes with you.
You just want to go swimming and boating and have a few drinks, you know? You don't want to go play basketball.
Even though it's January.
It's February.
Back then, I don't know when that was. And then their other one was a 3-point loss to Ruthven GTRA, who even Central Line beat. So, that's a yikes. They were predicted to win that one by 18 points, and they lost by 3. That's a 21-point turnaround. And the other one was against Lakeview East Sac, ranked number 23 in 2A. Not a terrible loss. They were predicted to lose not even by 1, and they lost by 3. So it's not a terrible win, but if you want to beat Boynton Hall, these are not games you want to look at.
Yeah, for sure. Especially not the GTRA one. That is not something to look at. Key wins for Boynton Hall. Just looking at the stats and everything, you got to make them shoot threes. Pocahontas area is only shooting 28% on the year. I think that's out of 200 shots, maybe a little bit more. Boynton Hall needs to get the line. They shoot 73%. Pocahontas area shoots 63%. So make this a free throw game, and you could probably pull away pretty fast. Rebound the ball. This is huge. Pocahontas area averages almost 10 more rebounds per game. They just look like they got a, looking at the stats, look like they got a big physical team that just wants to rebound the ball a lot. Boynton Hall needs to work the ball around the perimeter, get the ball inside to Bodie Jung. And Beauty Jung, that's my bad. Now just work the ball around the court, play some really aggressive defense, and it's a proven fact. Once Boynton Hall gets a lead here in the first quarter, which is what they're known to do, they usually keep it. Every single game that they've ended the first quarter with a lead, they have not lost. But so just play aggressive all around and should win by 10.
Now, if Pocahontas area wants to win, they really have to dig deep down on these. They need to rebound. That is the main thing. They average more rebounds than Boynton Hall. So if they want to win, they're going to have to make it a battle of the boards.
They have more height. The 3 best scorers are all over 6 foot, so they got the height on Boynton Hall.
So basically, you grab some offensive rebounds, get some extra possessions. You'll need every single possession that you can get, especially against Boynton Hall.
For sure, they're hungry.
And just make it. If the shots are going in and you have guys who can rebound the ball for you, that will be huge. Guard the shooters. Boynton Hall has not a lot of height, but they can shoot for sure. They got the Slaws, all of them, every single Slaw. They have
like 15 of them.
They have Carter Francis. Make sure he doesn't get wide open.
Once Francis gets hot, it's hard to stop Boynton Hall. He doesn't go off much, but if he gets hot, it's gonna be hard to stop him.
Sounds like something we've been talking about for Boynton Hall for the last 10 years or so. Make sure Francis doesn't get hot.
Don't let any of the Francis brothers get hot. That's a fact.
Riley Taylor steps on that court. Do not let them get hot. yeah, just don't let their shooters get hot. Protect the paint. Thing that Mosier and the Young like to feed off of is paint scoring. They like to take it to the hole.
They love driving.
Their 2 main guys basically feed off of each other, high post, low post. Yeah. Just watch those 2, because if you allow them to get into the paint, they will kill you.
Boynton Hall can score anywhere. I think that's what makes them so tough this year, is they have an all-around team. Like, both of the Teslas, they're the post on this team with Bo, and all 3 of our posts can shoot. Every single player can shoot the 3, except for like our couple guards and stuff that just come out here and play defense and pass.
But tough defense is going to be the main thing for Pocahontas, because like Riley said, you got guys who can score on the inside, guys who can score on the outside. They're dangerous from anywhere.
Yeah.
You close out on a guy and he pump fakes and he puts it in the post. That's 2 points for Boynton Hall. If you're going in on one guy who's in the post, he's going to kick it out. That's 3 points for Boynton Hall. So defense is going to have to be on point for Pocahontas. And the last thing is, do not fall behind early, because Boynton Hall is
very physical.
Mm-hmm.
Once they get the lead, it's not known for them to lose focus and fall behind, because this year they've gone to the state title for football. What, the past 2 years? This class? Or
No, they went 2016. So when Bo was a
2016.
sophomore,
Yep.
then we lost in the semifinals last year. Then we made it back this last year.
So the past 3 years.
The last 3 years we made the state.
So this team, this entire squad, I think 90% of them are on the football team, except for Marcus Kelderman, who is a sophomore who is not getting much time because there's so many people ahead of him. Next year, watch for him to be all conference. But this team knows what it's like to be at state. They've gone to state for football 3 years in a row. And this team's a very good basketball team as well. And I feel like pressure just doesn't get to them. So I forgot what I was going to say. But, Pocahontas area, I feel like if they want to win this game, they need to slow the pace way, way, way down. Like, super boring game. Don't let the crowd get into it. Don't let the players get into it, because once Bo DeYoung gets into it, once any of those players get into it, you're going to be turning the ball over left and right, and Boynton Hall's going to be all over you with that defense.
Basically, yeah, Pocahontas, if you want to win, use your height, feed the posts, make it really boring, slow the pace down, because you don't want Boynton Hall going out fast.
You got to play some tough defense against Boynton Hall. You got to make them all scared and jittery. Once Boynton Hall gets comfortable and starts finding their shots and is starting to get into a faster pace, it's over. They'll be up 15 in no time.
Yeah, the other thing is, you have to come out right away. You cannot hesitate against Boynton Hall.
I didn't notice this much all year, but it's actually true. Boynton Hall's not normally like this, but once they take the lead in the first, this year they have not lost it. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, they put their foot on your head, they're crushing it.
They have a deep team. What, 7 or 8? And they all can play tough defense. They can all shoot. Not all deep, but they can all shoot. They can all play defense. I think everybody can shoot except for Brett Vanderwilt. He's not much of a shooter, but he'll still throw up a 3 and a deep 2 every now and then, and they'll go in.
I tell you, for Boynton Hall, it's that Jeff Maine defense. Gotta watch.
Isn't that your uncle?
Yeah. Got a little family in here.
You gotta get him on a podcast sometime. Jeff Maine. All right, should we transition? Wait, what's our predictions? Boynton Hall or Pocahontas area? 16-point spread at Spirit Lake, 7 o'clock this Saturday, weather pending. I'm taking Boynton Hall. After going through all this is what I like. This is what we got to do more, because once you go through all this, it looks like Boynton Hall's an obvious. So I'm going to take Boynton Hall.
Oh, the GLR game was an 11-point spread. Ended up losing by 6, so that's a 17-point turnaround. 16-point turnaround, 17.
We're not George.
So my math is saying Pocahontas. The smart thing to do is to take Boynton Hall for this one, so I will take Boynton Hall. Though I'm going to say Pocahontas they have a puncher's chance.
They got a chance if they come out firing. If they come out ready, then they got a chance. But if they don't come out ready, then if they come out sleeping and sleep on Boynton Hall, which I don't know why you would do because they're number 2 in 2A. But if you come out sleeping, just because they lost 2 late in the season, Francis always told us, late in the season, it doesn't matter, man. Playoffs is what matter. If you want to win in the regular season, go ahead and win. But do you want to lose in the regular season? Late in the regular season, or do you want to lose in the playoffs?
Yes, that's the thing about Francis's teams. Some years they'll come out and they might go 500 in the regular season, but come playoff time, they're always ready.
Always. That's what he's known for.
Like a flashback to 08. I know George Little Rock ended up winning this one, but that Boynton Hall team that made it to state.
We were what, like 15 and 12?
I just at the end of the season they had a 500 record, and that includes the playoff wins.
Yeah. No, we every single year the seeding at state, what used to always be going by records. We have never been a top 4 seed, ever. I don't think we've ever been a top 4 seed, except for the first year that we went back to back, and maybe the second year. That was the only times ever.
A good example is 2006, George Little Rock. They were the 8th seed.
Yep.
And they had to beat the number 1 seed, which they did. And then the final game they had to win against the number 2 seed, and they did. That's just because it's record. They didn't.
Records don't matter, man. Look at
Yeah,
West Sioux.
right.
They were undefeated. Look at Rockville.
Mhm.
6 or 7 losses. They beat them.
7 losses.
Look at Okoboji. They took down an undefeated Boyne Hall.
No, 1 loss Boyd Hall.
It was undefeated at the time.
No, Rock Valley beat.
No,
Boyd
Okoboji.
no,
took them
Rock
down
Valley
first.
beat Okoboji. Or Rock Valley beat Boyd Hall first.
We will check this out. Oh, it was Rockville. I thought it was.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, you're right. It was. But it doesn't matter who you are. If you're undefeated, doesn't mean you're going to go all the way. I mean,
If you're ranked number 2 in your class, doesn't mean you're going to state. You gotta finish the deal. You gotta finish it.
you got to play the games. Like the NBA slogan, you got to play. This is the way we play. All right, so looks like what'd you take, Mike? Went home? Pocahontas?
I'm going to take Boyd Hall, but I don't think it's going to be
I thought he was
a.
going to say both. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'll take both as a coin flip. No, I'm going to take Boyd Hall in a close match.
All right.
I'll probably give it a. I'm gonna say Boyne Hall by 7.
I'm going to say Boyne Hall by 10.
It'll be. I think it's going to be in between 5 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Just because end of the game fouls, it's going to be.
Yeah. All right. We will now transition over to Rock Valley and OABCIG.
That's my team, my boys!
We should really figure out what that means.
What, BCIG?
I can tell you.
It's
what
Osage.
It's Ida Grove. They don't even have the whole name up.
Let's see it. The O stands for.
Osage.
A stands
No,
for.
No, Audible, Arthur, Battle Creek, Ida Grove.
Yes.
There we go.
My boys from all those cities.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 towns.
Versus
This
one.
matchup versus Rock Valley.
All right. Top scoring leaders for Rock Valley is Brayton Van Kickricks, who's a senior with 17.9 points a game. And we've got Jackson Russ. He's a junior, averaging 10 points a game. And that's all the scoring basically Rock Valley has. And OABCIG.
Can I do it for my boys?
Sure.
Here we go.
My main man, Cooper DeJean. He's a sophomore,
Holy crap, bro.
averaging 23.4 points a game. He might get 2,000 points in his career.
Easy.
And yeah, that's my main man. Now that JLR's gone.
All right.
That's not my main man.
Let me finish since you just got your main man out. Cade Ladwig, a senior, 16.8 points per game. You finished with our main man.
Our last main man is Landon Ray. He is a senior averaging 14 points per game, and he will not let this be his last game.
Dead out like Ray Allen.
Mm-hmm. All right, key wins for Rock Valley. They played at home against the number 2 team in Class 2A.
Undefeated
Boyne Hall.
at the time.
They were undefeated, 18-0. They took them down 65-61. And then the very last game of the year, they played at home versus the number 2 team in 1A, George Little Rock.
Only 2 losses at the time.
And now 3, and now they're done.
4.
They won. I don't.
They got 4 now, right?
Yeah, they got.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
their 3.
This
Boyne Hall twice.
They won
wasn't it?
15.
Boyne Hall twice.
And then they played at home. This was earlier in the year, but they played at home versus the number 7 team in 2A, Sioux Center. They beat them 75-70. And then these two, then they played away versus Western, the number 6 team in 2A,
That was
Western
at
Christian.
Western.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Western.
Yeah, that's why I said away. But
Oh, it was away.
That was
I'm a
also
Western fan. That's my bad.
that was also a
Yo,
playoff.
what's up, Brady? I got you.
That was also a playoff game, and they won 34-32. That was a low scoring first half, 4-4 at the end of the first, and then they ended. Then they ended it with Brayton Van Kickricks ending it with a great buzzer beater. And then
Which we have in our last
we
video.
do.
Check that out.
And
It was
neutral
crazy.
site. This was the District 16 championship game versus number 8, and was one of the last 2 undefeated in Class 2A.
Northland, Jake
They
Hilmer.
beat West Sioux 60-56. Yeah, OABCIG.
They had an away win versus number 10 in 1A, Newell Fonda. They won that 70-64. They're just taking out top 10 teams left.
Oh man.
All right, now playoff wins for Rock Valley. They played the very first round versus the number 75 ranked Hinton. They beat them 64-45. And then they played number 6 Western 34-32, and number 8 West Sioux beat them 60-56.
And for OABCIG, they sorry, wish we had water. They played number 47 Comfort Catholic Carroll, and they won that 77-65. And then they played number 31 Alta Aurelia. They won that one 39-38. A thriller.
All right, hard losses that Rock Valley had came at home versus number 34 West Lyon. That was early in the year, and they lost 64-58. And then this was later in the next one they played at home versus number 24 in 3A MOC. This came later in the year where MOC found who they were and they turned their season around. They started playing really tough, and they beat Rock Valley 59-48.
And then for OABCIG, they played a home game against number 40 in 1A, Lawton Bronson, who just took a nasty loss tonight. And
by 31.
And OABCIG lost to them 60-59.
Dude, both these teams have horrible
That
losses.
was at OABCIG. All right, Rock Valley this year is averaging 59.7 points per game. They're shooting 44.1% from the field, 35.4% from three. They're not shooting very well from the free throw line. They're shooting 62.9, and they're averaging 27.5 rebounds per game.
And for OABCIG, they are averaging a whopping 67.4 points per game. Their field goal percentage is just a touch under 50 at 49.4%. Their three-point percentage is actually pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty solid at 35.7%. Their free throw percentage is way up there, 86.6%.
You don't see that around here.
And 30.7 rebounds per game.
All right, and I was looking it up. Rock Valley scoring points by quarter. They're kind of an even kind of team, but they score maybe a little more in probably the second, and then coming out of halftime they score a little more. Then they're about doing the same thing in the fourth, but their first quarter, actually their first and their last quarter is about the same. But OABCIG, when they come out of halftime, that is their quarter when they come out and will get you.
It's looking like OABCIG has pretty good coaches to talk to them at halftime, so they'll come out storming.
They got that college dude sitting on the sideline just chewing them. Throwing helmets up there and everything. They're in the weight room just getting a workout in. Let's go out to the second half.
That's just what my boys do over at OABCIG.
You should have done that for the league, dude. Maybe we would have won.
Oh, shit.
Next year.
Yeah, Rock Valley's not scoring as many points per quarter as OABCIG, but the second quarter is when they turn almost everything around, and third quarter they come out about as hot as second quarter, and then they kind of keep that from there when they go into the fourth quarter.
So, want to give Rock Valley their keys to win?
All right, the keys to win for Rock Valley. You got to have great D. OABCIG, they're just shooting great. Avoid turnovers. Yeah, you just can't turn over, especially in this kind of game. You got to box out and rebound. When I say box out, don't just have little box out and go get. You're going to have to box out and get your man out of there so you can have an easy one to get. You're going to have to move screen, cut, move, and screen. It's kind of what Coach Vandermind's already probably been telling you, but you're going to have to do it a lot so you can tire these guys out. And you're going to want to keep Cooper and Landon out of the middle. They're shooting over 50% from the field. So once they get in there, it's gonna be tough to win if they get in there and keep making them. And another one is don't let Caden Ludwig shoot threes. He's averaging almost probably 50% per game, and once he catches on fire, it's basically you better come back with a quick two, or have great D the next possession. But otherwise, it's gonna be done. So.
And for my boys over in OABCIG,
Let's go to OABCIG.
they cannot let Brayton or Jackson shoot the three. So yeah, Brayton and Jackson, two heck of a 3-point shooters. Don't let them get open.
And make sure you, with Brayton Vickers, make sure you have a hand up, because even if you're standing in front of him, if your hand is down, he will shoot over top of you, and he has a good chance of letting that go in.
The big thing is lockdown D. Make sure to stay physical, especially against Rock Valley. They're basically a football team that got put on the basketball court, so do not let them push you over. Fight right back at them and show them that they're just not going to push you down. Another thing is avoid turnovers. Rock Valley will get into every passing lane imaginable. Big thing is pump fake and then pass, because Rock Valley would go at anything and everything, kind of like football players. And
they're ready. Rock Valley's ready for a state appearance. They're playing hard.
Yeah,
most people didn't think they were going to get to this point, but the way they've been playing, they're proving everybody else wrong that said, no, you're not going to make it to here.
Yeah, we're all guilty of saying they're a second-tier team. I mean, they looked
I'm
like...
sure you're the only one that said that.
Hey,
you just agreed.
I definitely agreed, because they're only a second tier team.
Because
you hear that, Rock Valley? You're only second tier. Boy, no, it's first tier. And George.
They need to rebound. They need to rebound, OABCIG. You need to rebound. Rock Valley is a shorter team, but they are a feisty team. So make sure that you rebound the ball and get some more possessions, because